Don't learn two languages simultaneously. You won't learn any. Every language learner had to hear that phrase at least once. But is it true? Is learning multiple languages at the same time making your progress slower? Since I've started learning languages, I've always had one question bothering me. Can I learn multiple languages at the same time? And now, after hours of searching for an answer, I found it. Today we'll look into scientific research that I have discovered to check what are the benefits and drawbacks of following this commonly used sentence. Before we begin, remember to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. You will get notified about our future language learning content. Without further ado, let's begin. Our brains have specific capacities. The most important in mastering a language are language aptitude and working memory. The first one is responsible for ease with which tongue might be learned. The second one helps to temporarily hold and manage information regarding the language. They are said to be unchangeable, which means that one is unable to enhance it. Moreover, to learn a language, resources are needed. Unfortunately, they are strictly limited. We cannot stretch the time, our brain's capacity, and so on. Having more resources increases the speed of learning and vice versa. Having less lowers one's ability to learn. Does it mean that with every next language, the resources are divided and hence the overall results are worse? A group of scientists gathered together in Chinese university to study the case of performance between one or two language learners, as well as whether the number of languages affects language aptitude and working memory. The students were split into two groups. One was learning only English, whereas the second one had besides Russian. As we mentioned before, according to resources theory, with every tongue, the one's brain abilities and resources should be divided, resulting in worse performance. Was it really the case? The research proves that there is no difference in performance between two groups. The two language learners did not improve any worse in the end than the others, despite the assumptions we made at the beginning. On the top of that, a third language doesn't hinder the development of the second one. However, learning the third language makes the second one less stable, as some concepts can be subconsciously borrowed and utilized in language number two. So then deduce that's the wrong thing, but it's not often the case, since further studies prove that students might gain even more thanks to that phenomenon. Surprisingly, language aptitude and working memory appear to be changeable, which means one can enhance it. Scientists proved that there are correlations between the number of languages and growing working memory, especially in the early stages of learning. It is widely used to take in, manage, and select the information. Learning a language is a complex task, not to stress the fact when one learns two or more simultaneously. Provided previously discussed information, the person's brain has to divide limited resources, but it doesn't affect gains in the simultaneously learned languages. That means, except for the amount of time needed, other factors don't play a significant role. But as we said before, every next language makes the previous less stable, thus harder to be fluent in it. A student starts to use forms and concepts which often do not apply to the target language. When tongues are too similar, vocabulary might be mistaken, which surely makes the process even harder and slower, as well as demands us to learn longer. Don't forget the fact that many languages have different writing systems, which, if someone wants to be fluent, are very important. Many hours have to be spent reading and getting used to the other characters. If you try to master more than one language with different system, the task could simply overwhelm you. As we mentioned before, learning demands cost on resources, which are the most needed at the beginning. The discussed research shows that learners who started with two foreign tongues at the same time performed worse at the first stage. Therefore, it's not recommended to start with two languages simultaneously if you want to learn both faster. To have some refreshment in breaks from language, when you feel no progress is being made, try another tongue. Presumably the progress won't speed up, but it will surely clear your mind. It can help you to stay motivated longer. The most basic principle in learning a language is to have fun. It helps to be motivated as well as to learn faster. Keep it fun and energizing. Many would say it's not worthwhile to learn multiple languages. However, the studies show that drawbacks in terms of gains and one's abilities don't exist. It's definitely harder as well as takes much more time to master every tongue, but it helps to develop working memory on the other hand. Just remember not to start with two at the same time and don't get discouraged when having problems with writing systems. Want more language learning hacks? Smash that like button and subscribe for more tips and tricks. Remember to share your opinion and don't shy away from asking questions. See you next time.